Welcome back to my channel Celebuzz. Please share and subscribe and press the bell icon for new updates. When news broke that Hollywood icon Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa were found dead inside their Santa Fe home, the world was stunned. There were no signs of forced entry, no visible injuries, and only eerie silence, except for one chilling detail. One of their dogs was dead while two others survived. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a trail of strange clues, scattered pills, locked doors, and a suspect quietly taken into custody. Was this a tragic accident, a carefully hidden crime, or something even more disturbing? What really happened inside the home of one of Hollywood's most private and respected couples? Hollywood is reeling from a heartbreaking tragedy. Gene Hackman's wife, Betsy Arakawa, and their beloved dog have been found dead, while the legendary actor himself, known for his private lifestyle in recent years, has also passed. New and alarming details are emerging surrounding their mysterious deaths, now under active investigation. On February 26, 2025, at around 1:45 p.m., Santa Fe County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to 1425 Old Sunset Trail, where the bodies of Gene Hackman, aged 95, his 65-year-old wife Betsy Arakawa, and one of their dogs were discovered. Authorities in Santa Fe, New Mexico, are now trying to piece together what led to this shocking event, involving the iconic actor and his family. Officials confirmed that neither Hackman nor Arakawa had visible injuries, and carbon monoxide poisoning has already been ruled out. However, the precise cause and circumstances of their deaths are still pending final autopsy and toxicology reports. Hackman, a revered two-time Oscar winner, was one of Hollywood's most acclaimed actors. Known for standout roles in The French Connection, Unforgiven, and The Royal Tenenbaums, he stepped away from the limelight in 2004 to lead a quiet, private life with Betsy in their secluded Santa Fe home. The couple was known for their privacy, making the details of their sudden and unexplained deaths even more disturbing. Initially, law enforcement found no immediate signs of foul play. However, as the investigation progressed, a surprising development occurred. A suspect was taken into custody. Detectives are now closely analyzing the couple's final interactions through phone logs, surveillance footage, and personal notes to reconstruct their last days and uncover any foul play. What really happened behind closed doors in the days leading up to their deaths? The timeline begins on February 26th, when Santa Fe deputies responded to a welfare call at the Hackman residence. A maintenance worker, scheduled to carry out routine tasks, became worried after repeated attempts to contact the couple failed. The worker reached out to local security, who quickly arrived to check on the property. When they peered through a window, they made a chilling discovery. Gene and Betsy were both lying unresponsive inside. Shocked, the security team dialed 911 immediately. Police and emergency medical teams were dispatched and arrived at the scene within minutes. After forcing entry, officers began searching the house. Tragically, both Gene and Betsy were confirmed dead. Betsy was found first, her body lying on the bathroom floor near a black space heater, with prescription pills scattered nearby. The open bathroom door and the condition of the scene suggested a possible accidental fall, injury, or overdose. A short distance away, Gene Hackman was discovered in the mudroom. The legendary actor appeared to have collapsed while walking, as his cane and slippers were found nearby. The position of his body suggested a sudden collapse, adding further confusion to an already mysterious situation. Adding to the tragedy, the couple's German Shepherd was also found dead approximately 10 to 15 feet from Betsy. However, two other dogs in the house, one inside and another outside, were found alive and seemed to be in good health. There was no sign of forced entry, burglary, or a struggle. Everything in the house was intact, doors and windows locked, no items missing or disturbed. Early assessments pointed away from a break-in or home invasion. Despite this, investigators couldn't rule out the possibility of suspicious activity, given the rare and tragic nature of two adults and a dog dying simultaneously without clear cause. Due to these complexities, the sheriff's department handed the case over to their criminal investigations unit. Environmental testing was conducted immediately to rule out external hazards. Firefighters and New Mexico Gas Company technicians checked for gas leaks and carbon monoxide levels. However, no dangerous gases were found, eliminating another possible cause. With carbon monoxide ruled out and no visible injuries present, detectives were left with even more questions. What happened in that house? If it wasn't an accident, poison, or home intrusion, what caused their deaths? Then came a shocking revelation. Authorities confirmed they had detained a suspect in connection to the case. The identity of this person, Their relationship to the couple and the reason for suspicion remain undisclosed. Investigators are now combing through every detail, including cell phones, medication bottles, and even a 2025 monthly planner found inside the home. These may help uncover the couple's final communications, appointments, and any red flags. Preliminary autopsy results brought even more intrigue. Neither Hackman nor Arakawa showed visible trauma, confirming again that there was no blunt force stabbing or shooting involved. While this helped rule out violent assault, it didn't bring authorities any closer to understanding the real cause of death. One of the most revealing findings came from Hackman's pacemaker. Medical experts reviewed the data recorded by the device, discovering that it had logged its final activity on February 17, 2025, approximately 10 days before the bodies were found. That means Hackman most likely died on or around President's Day. Because pacemakers monitor and respond to heart activity, the cessation of its function indicates his heart stopped functioning at that time. However, the timeline for Betsy Arakawa's death is less clear. Her body showed significant signs of early mummification, especially on her hands and feet, suggesting she may have died days after Hackman. This chilling detail raises the possibility that she may have survived for a time after his passing. The drying conditions inside the home could have accelerated this partial preservation, confusing the exact date of her death. This possibility has shaken investigators, who are now reviewing if she may have been left alone, in distress or unwell, and unable to call for help. Pills were found scattered near her body, though authorities have not yet revealed what they were or who they were prescribed to. Could she have accidentally overdosed? Did someone tamper with her medication? Or was she simply too disoriented and heartbroken to seek assistance after Hackman passed? Authorities are currently testing the pills and cross-checking them with prescriptions found inside the residence. Investigators are also poring over the couple's planner to determine whether meetings or events around February 17th could explain their sudden demise. Any canceled appointments, unreturned messages, or unusual notes could become critical pieces of evidence. The death of their German Shepherd also raises serious concerns. Why did one of their pets die, while the other two survived? Could it point to a localized exposure, or did the dog succumb to a medical emergency unrelated to the couple's deaths? While speculation continues to swirl, the authorities are remaining tight-lipped about their suspect. With so many pieces of the puzzle still missing, the mystery surrounding the deaths of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa remains unsolved. What could have possibly led to such a tragic end for a couple known for their peaceful, private lifestyle? As the investigation continues and the full toxicology reports are awaited, fans and the film community mourn the loss of one of cinema's greatest talents. Gene Hackman was a towering figure in Hollywood, revered not just for his roles, but for his grounded private life away from the cameras. His passing, alongside his wife and loyal pet, marks a somber chapter in entertainment history. Another alarming revelation was the mysterious death of one of the couple's German Shepherds. While the other two dogs survived, the unexplained nature of this loss has fueled suspicions about possible poisoning. Why only one dog perished has led authorities to run toxicology screenings on the deceased animal, hoping the results might indicate whether it ingested a harmful substance and if that could be connected to Hackman and Arakawa's deaths. Officials emphasize that searching the couple's home was just the beginning, as investigators now delve deeper into prescription medications, digital data from phones, and handwritten notes in a planner that may provide insight into their final days. Further toxicology work is being conducted to see if any foreign agents were present in their systems at the time of death. Although authorities are keeping major details confidential, a shocking twist emerged as a suspect was taken into custody. This individual's identity and their alleged involvement have not been disclosed, but the arrest indicates that investigators are now considering foul play as a potential factor. With the official cause of death still undetermined and lab results pending, the world waits anxiously for clarity. The deaths of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa remain among the most confounding and tragic Hollywood cases in recent memory, and authorities are working relentlessly to solve the mystery of what occurred behind the closed doors of their home. One of the most difficult aspects of the investigation is piecing together the timeline due to the couple's reclusive lifestyle. Unlike many celebrities, Hackman and Arakawa kept an extremely low profile, complicating efforts to track their last interactions or visitors before their passing. Determining the last time they were seen or contacted has become a crucial part of the inquiry. One of the most definitive data points comes from Hackman's pacemaker, which recorded its final activity on February 17, 2025, 10 days before their bodies were found. While that likely marks Hackman's time of death, it remains uncertain if Arakawa died simultaneously or later. To reconstruct the sequence of events, investigators are scrutinizing various sources of information, beginning with call logs and messages that could reveal any recent communications, emergency calls, or scheduled engagements. Authorities are also combing through emails and voicemails for signs of emotional distress, unusual conversations, or last-minute plan changes. Since the couple rarely interacted with outsiders, even minor pieces of phone data might offer critical insights. Another potential clue is a monthly planner from 2025 found inside their home. Investigators are reviewing its entries for scheduled medical appointments or events leading up to the incident. If the planner entries stop on February 17th, it may support the theory of Hackman's death occurring on that date. However, any entries past that point linked to Arakawa could imply she survived him, at least briefly. Furthermore, law enforcement is studying security camera footage from their gated neighborhood to detect any unusual visits or activity. Because they lived in a restricted area, any recorded entry or exit could be pivotal in identifying suspicious behavior or confirming isolation. If no external activity is noted, it may suggest that whatever caused their deaths came from within the household, possibly medical or environmental. Despite all these efforts, many critical questions remain unanswered. The primary concern is whether either Hackman or Arakawa experienced a sudden health emergency. With no evident signs of struggle or carbon monoxide presence, investigators are contemplating possibilities like an undiagnosed illness, overdose, or poisoning. Given Hackman's advanced age of 95, a cardiac episode is conceivable, but Arakawa's unexplained death introduces further complications. One particularly strange element of the case is the scattered pills found near Arakawa's body in a bathroom. Authorities have not revealed what kind of medication was discovered or whether it belonged to either individual. Could she have collapsed while taking or administering medication, or perhaps trying to assist Hackman in a medical emergency? The pills may hint at an overdose, intentional or accidental, or suggest exposure to a dangerous substance. Investigators have yet to dismiss the idea that the pills may contain toxins, with toxicology results expected to clarify whether harmful agents were involved. The case becomes even more complicated when considering the fate of the German Shepherd, found dead while the other two dogs lived. If an environmental issue or poisoning occurred, why did only one pet succumb? This inconsistency has led to toxicology testing on the dog as well, which could shed light on the nature of exposure within the home. With a suspect now under arrest, the investigation has taken a dramatic and unexpected shift. Although officials have not revealed who the suspect is or how they might be connected to the couple, their involvement could reveal new evidence about threats, unresolved disputes, or internal conflicts. As the forensic process drags on, public anticipation grows for the final autopsy and toxicology findings, which are expected to provide the key information needed to close this tragic case. Authorities have continued to share limited updates while keeping critical details tightly under wraps. A statement from the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office confirmed there were no signs of break-in, theft, or immediate physical violence. The residence was locked, with no indicators of a struggle or outside intrusion. Yet investigators have not ruled out foul play given the strange circumstances. A major challenge is the pending toxicology reports, which may take weeks or months to complete. These results are pivotal in determining whether alcohol, medication, or foreign substances were present in their bodies at the time of death. Until the findings are made public, the official cause and manner of death cannot be conclusively declared, leaving room for ongoing public speculation. The news of Hackman's death has shocked fans and the Hollywood community alike. Tributes from colleagues, admirers, and film industry veterans continue to pour in, honoring the legacy of the two-time Academy Award winner, celebrated for his roles in classics such as The French Connection, Unforgiven, and The Royal Tenenbaums. Even after retiring from acting in 2004, Hackman remained a beloved figure. While many mourn his passing, some are consumed by the unresolved questions. Conspiracy theories are circulating online, with people fixating on the pills found near Arakawa, the dog's mysterious death, and the arrest of a suspect. The absence of solid answers has given rise to speculation ranging from natural causes to external foul play. Forensic teams are now zeroing in on vital pieces of evidence collected from the residence. One major focus is the medication supply. Experts are evaluating whether the drugs were legally prescribed, accurately dosed, or potentially altered. Investigators are also reviewing both cell phones for any final messages, emergency calls, or signs of distress that might provide context for the couple's final hours. The upcoming full autopsy report is expected to be the most definitive tool in establishing the actual events. Authorities are considering multiple potential causes of death: natural illness, accidental overdose, hidden environmental hazards, or possibly an unknown external factor like poisoning. The suspect's arrest has introduced an unpredictable element, reshaping the narrative and sending the case down a new path. As detectives dig deeper, the public anxiously waits for each new development. For now, Hackman and Arakawa's deaths remain one of Hollywood's most mystifying and heartbreaking cases, keeping fans, friends, and investigators searching for the truth. Despite no evidence of carbon monoxide, trauma, or forced entry, and, with all digital and medical data still under review, what really happened inside that home continues to elude even seasoned investigators. With Hackman's pacemaker suggesting a death date of February 17th, the timeline remains blurry for Arakawa. Authorities continue to examine all leads, from phone activity to medical records, hoping the final toxicology analysis will offer the clarity needed to solve the mystery. Until then, the world mourns not only the loss of a legendary actor, but also the inexplicable circumstances of his and his wife's deaths. What do you think truly happened to Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa? Share your theories and thoughts in the comments.